Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whisky Daddy Review number 16. Now, you may be wondering why I'm wearing this hat on my head today. And actually, what happened was I was down at the pool soaking in some rays, and an idea hit me. And the idea was I didn't want to be undercut yet again by the Scotch Test Dummies because they took away my glory of reviewing the Booker's Rye, either first or second. Who cares? But they got to it before I did, and they mentioned a Scotch whiskey on there that they're thinking about reviewing here pretty soon, so I decided I'm going to undercut them. It is the Balvenie 21-year Portwood finish. This whiskey spends 21 years in an ex-bourbon cask, and then further matures for an additional 6 months to a year in a port cask. It doesn't say the size of the port cask, but I'm assuming from the taste it's pretty small because with that little bit amount of time, it imparts a ton of that European oak character into this whiskey. I've already poured a glass, of course. And I will say I don't find this one as complex as I found the Balvenie 15-year-old single barrel, but it definitely has a lot more depth to it as far as, intensity of flavor, even though it's at a lower ABV, 43%. Versus 47.8 in the 15-year. Instantly on the nose, you're hit with the port, that deep, dark, cherry, slightly fig, almost a little bit of cranberry note in there. And if you keep searching, you'll find the orange peel, the tangerine, the orange juice. You don't get much of the lemon and citrus. There's not much of a bright characteristic in here. It's more those darker citrus fruits. Definitely a little bit of that cocoa that we talked about, or dark chocolate in here. Black cherries. And just you can tell that this Balvenie has that Balvenie backbone, but it's being overwhelmed just a little bit by that European oak. Let's take a taste. Not as sweet of an entrance like the 15. A little more bitter / sour, not unpleasant. Very intense, very spicy entrance with that European oak. And that spice pretty much stays throughout the whole experience, from the finish to the development. From the arrival to the development to the finish. You get that spicy characteristic all the way through. Middle part of the development is when you really start to feel some of the darker fruits kick in. You get a little bit of that malt characteristic like the orange and all that from the Balvenie. And then on the finish, it's just wafts of that European oak. A lot of oak in this one. I added 1 drop of water earlier. I'm going to add 2 more. This is another one I don't recommend much water with. Makes it a little bit too tannic. Already now I'm pulling out more of that European oak. It's a little bit fusty, a little bit like a wine cellar or a dunnage warehouse. Now I'm getting a lot of tobacco, like the inside of a really nice cigar box. I get the tobacco a little bit further away from the glass, and as I get closer, I pick up more of the fruits. Let's take another taste, shall we? It's powerful, but soft at the same time. That little bit of water has changed the finish completely. Now it's much, much more oaky. A little bit more drying. It's not as pleasant as it is when it's completely neat. They actually make a duty-free version of this that is set at a higher ABV. I wish they offered it to normal sales, but if you're in an airport and you see one, you might want to pick it up. I bet that extra ABV would really kick this one over the top. I think 43 is just too low for it. I like this whiskey, but I feel like it's on the precipice of being something really fantastic. It's very, very good. It retails for about $200 to $225. Definitely experience you need to have. I think you need to get a bottle of this at some point in your life, but it's not one I don't know if I'm going to be like running back to the shelves to get. I've got a little bit left in the bottle here. I'll probably do as I do with the other ones. I'll probably decant that into a smaller one. Right now I'm just keeping the gas on it, the private preserve. And as the water has set in here a little bit longer, I'm just getting more and more tobacco, more and more wood spice. The nose is outstanding. And now I'm starting to get even some of those wood and oak tannins in the development itself. Silky smooth as always. Still a great Balvenie. Give it a shot. All right, so next time, as I promised last time, I'm going to be bringing you Buffalo Trace Experimental Collection. Oh, yeah. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be comparing it to raw White Dog from Buffalo Trace. Same exact mash bill in these two, and we're going to talk about how the wood has changed them. I got a lot of samples I got to go through out there, guys. I'm trying to get through them. Somebody sent me a Weller 12, Mitker's Toasted Barrel. We got a mystery bourbon to do. We got tons of things coming. I'm hoping I can get through it all in a reasonable amount of time and get them out to you guys. Until next time, I'm the Whiskey Daddy. Slunge.